What have we got here? Temporada. What's that? Portuguese, right? So today we're diving into the deep conspiracies. The black bulge. The black bikini. The black block. The black cube. The black rock. The black stone. The black clerk. The black clerk. The black blur of the elites. Yeah, you heard that right. The black blur. Their favorite cheeks. I mean, their favorite. So there are currently no less than 3 games listed on Steam right now with the first main title of The Cube. The Black Cube. 3! I think this is ramping up for some sort of reveal, wink wink, about something that's been here the whole time, wink wink, hiding in plain sight, wink wink. Definitely not blue redacted bean project CIA. So this is 3 games, more than 3 games, all with the same fucking cube. It's like Halo, except for it's a cube. And this one's brought to you by a Russian developer. This is just The Cube. It's an MMORPG made by the developers of Atomic Heart 2. I don't know if they made Atomic Heart 1, but they made Atomic Heart 2. And that's the thing. It's a beautiful thing. And the thing about this beautiful thing is, if you can forgive my recording software hiccups here, it's going to get beautiful here real quick. I had to record the audio and what you're seeing separately because of reasons of national security. So basically, you got this gentleman. Yeah, I'm not playing the audio, and I'm trying to kind of not copy strike, too much. This is a reaction. But this is the CGI for The Cube. Basically, it's a first-person shooter. Almost like the extraction. No, not an extraction. Just an MMO. With, I completely forgot what we were talking about. Robots? Robot tits? I mean, Like I said, from the makers of Atomic Heart. 2. More like Quattro. If you know what I mean, ladies. There's someone's reflection in the thigh. What the fuck? This is high quality shit. That's for sure. High quality shit. Where did my cursor go? I was slapping cheeks left and right at this point. Alright, well anyways. The developers of Atomic Heart. It's interesting how their robots are depicted so robotic, but also so feminine. Almost like they're wearing shorts on top of their robot suits, bodies, naked body. Is that an outfit casted in iron on top of her? It's so confusing and very tight, very tight. But as you can see, this right here is actually from the second game. A little sneak peek. This is The Cube is Save Us, not to be confused with The Cube, an MMORPG, first-person shooter, made by the guys who made with Atomic Heart 2. This is just The Cube Save Us. Almost like they're trying to say something about the cube, the black blocks, the black blur, the black block Saturn cube of the elites. Like it's going to save us in some Project Blue cereal. Maybe blue eyeballs. Maybe a beam of wood that's blue. Project CIA blue. There might be a wood beam in there. and I don't know. It just seems like a little bit on to shout out to Game Mojo, I guess. For the gameplay. It's a tight ass. I mean, it's great gameplay. Great gameplay. So as you can see, one of these developers is a Asian developer, and the other is Russian or Ukrainian, but technically actually more spiritually Russian, if you know what I mean. Because in the developers of Atomic Heart 2, their game, The Cube, has very strong Skyforge vibes with the wings that you can have on your character, and very strong Korean vibes as well. Even though they're a Russian developer, they tend to be very, let's just say, Southeast Asian in their development. Very atomically human bodies, as opposed to the West, where we get very bodies that are just ripe for going into pod and into bugs and invading the carbon closer to zero, if you know what I mean. No, this is the Cube, an MMORPG shooter, a giant levitating cube with rotating rows and edges, like a Rubik's Cube. I mean, what? A Rubik's Cube? Did you say? Give me the Rubik's Cube. Hidden within its unknown equation, capable of altering the laws of reality. Can you survive another turn? It's a turn-based, first-person shooter made by Russians. You can tell it's made by Russians. I mean, they're identified as Koreans or Ukrainians last time, once the invasion of the Ukraine, but they're spiritually Russians. How do you know? Because the chick is wearing a fucking pussy animal fucking hat and holding an assault rifle in a backpack. I mean, even Western developers aren't that brave. I mean, but at the same time, her hair is platinum blonde, and there's no tattoos, and she's not 553 pounds. So you can see this is either Russian, I'm going to just say Russian from now on, to include all the Ukrainians who might just be based as well, or, Eastern European. Not really Ukraine. They're not really Ukrainian. They just identified Ukraine once Russia invaded Ukraine. That's all it was. The point is, they just identified. I think that is. Or Southeast Asian. So 2 Asian developers, if we're going to call them from now on, of course, have the balls to make attractive men and attractive females in the same game, both holding attractive guns, shooting attractive bullets with attractive physics and attractive. Everything looks good in the game because it's made by Asians, or you're Asians, Southeast, you're Eastern Europeans, fucking based ass lads. Shout out to you motherfuckers in the chat. You're allowed to be badass and attractive. The guns are fucking cursed, but badass and almost attractive. I mean, if a gun was attractive, you could call me Brandon Herrera any day. I like my AK 50, 58 caliber. I just invented that. So this is the third game, I think. It's a post-apocalyptic extraction action game built around the brutal close quarters combat. Step through the cube gate, and not first-person shooter, it's a bat game. Not Bat Boy, but Bat something. And discover ever-shifting worlds. It's like Killing Floors, but in a giant black Rubik's Cube. Not like anything else on this list. Made by XL Games, the developers of Korean game number 47.1. Yes, Korean game number 47.1 was one of my favorite Korean games in 47.1. This is 47.2. Yes, it is. It's another Korean game. And like I said, the Koreans and the Russians don't give a fuck about making games for people who play games. What a coinkydink. And so if you look at this here, the game looks amazing. I haven't seen one purple-haired, tattooed, nose, bowl-piercing cow person, 553 pounds or more, with a wooden leg and one tit, identifying as a cow, sheep, or ball person, ball spawn. That's what they're identifying as these days. No, it's like a teenage dude and a teenage chick, both over the age of 18, both attractive young human fighters practically exohuman game, this. Practically exohuman game. They're trying to survive extinction here. They're fighting the hordes. And can you believe it? Not one, not two, but 3 games on Steam right now. All called The Cube. Some say that's just a quinky-dink. Some say that's just a quinky-dink. I think it's something more. Far more nefarious than that. I think we have a black cube are we allowed to say that word anymore? Plandemic. And so you can see here, there's a child in a tower in a teepee, getting kind of almost New York City Epstein vibes. Hate to say it, but no, she's with her parents. She's just hanging out with her parents. Her parents are white liberal elites. They're allowed to have 1 child in the new 1-child policy of the black cube, the black block, the black blur. And this is a blur. That's definitely a blur. And another, a crotch shot, just wonderful. And there we have it. Like I said, Korean developers know how to make game characters with personality. 2 personalities, in fact. 1 for her and another one for her. And he's got a great charisma, I think, under that hat. And there's another guy there. They're just handsome humans, practically exohumans, just being healthy, surviving extinction 1 day at a time. E+. Wow. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Character design from South Korea. Who would have thunk? The Russians and the South Koreans are outdoing us again. How dare they make games for the players, for gamers, for people, for humans, for organic, symbiotic, organic human beings, you know, the male and female kind. How dare they not make games for the mod? It's almost like we're being subverted, you know, through all medium, entertainment, education, higher education, free education, history, dramas, books, shows. Subverted. It's almost like we have been subverted for the past 100-ish years. But it's not just a subversion of the West. It's not just a subversion of people who love shapes other than black blocks. You know, it's a subversion of the very thing that is natural to human beings. Surviving extinction. Fighting extinction. This is why they tell you to die. They tell you to your face. They say, go into pod, innovate your carbon, eat sea bugs. You will own nothing and be happy. Gosh darn it, you darn little goy slop. And you are the goy slop. Yeah, useless eaters, you are. They say about as much as that to us, and then they say, you must diversity, inclusion, and equity. And somebody mixed it up one day, but apparently everyone has an IQ of 35, because they couldn't figure out that they just reorganized DIE. They told you to die. Go into pod, innovate your carbon. They dropped dioxygen a long time ago. All your carbon, all belong to us, must be closer to 0. And we will innovate you to 0. That's what they said. And they're so obsessed with the black cube. I don't get it. All of the Arab world is bowing and worshiping the black cube. Only all of the elites in the West are fascinated and obsessed with the black cube. Every conspiracy theorist has got their own theories of what the black cube is. And how every fucking video game that's coming out that's either an extraction shooter or an Souls-like RPG. It seems like, or sorry, first-person Russian-made RPG. And so this extraction shooter is the one that is, I forget what it's called. The extraction shooter is the one that is made by the Koreans, and it's a melee extraction shooter. We'll see how that does. And then the other one is a first-person shooter MMO, allegedly. And they're both The Cube. They're literally both called just The Cube, and then one has a subtitle too. Save us. Save us. Save us from what? The Cube is supposed to save us from what? Who's the Cube? What does it represent? And does it have anything to do with Saturn? Or the number 6? Because a cube has 6 sides, and 6 edges, and 6 lines. Literally 6 and 6 and maybe another. It's not quite 660, but it is definitely 3. Like a triangle has 3. Like the LC9. Like there are 3 points on a face when you draw, one being the sides of the mouth, and one being the nose. And here we have our newest employee, Cam Cecilia. Everybody say good day or hello and goodbye to Cam Cecilia. And yeah, her nick, she's Cece. We'll just call her Cece. All right, so we're just gonna call her Cece. And that just about wraps up that. But there is one final thing. You see, here at eplus, we are actually working on our own projects. And one of those projects is going to take a little while to load up that, isn't it? CROWDFUNDR.com/. go.bo, sorry, BEY. Go beyond. Then so. We are working on several different pitches, designs, concepts, if you will. And we're trying to float them about to see if anyone's interested in these concepts. Because if there is a large audience for one of these concepts, then we'll be able to go into round 1 seed funding or a crowdfunder and start making the game. So the 3 projects are linked down below, and these are 3 different ideas, essentially. Think of it as, join us in helping to make the future of gaming. We get to decide what it will be. The 3 options currently are Beyond the Light Exohuman Awakening, which is an MMORPG TPS Go Beyond. What does that mean? So like a third-person shooter MMO, where you basically travel into the future or another timeline. It's not quite sure what it is, because that's the whole point of the story. You try to figure it out and you make your ideas. And basically, it is got a lot of content up there. Two whole pictures. Yes, we haven't launched this yet. We haven't launched any of the 2 MMOs. But you partake in a story that spans across perhaps time and space. 2 things. Maybe even light or something else as well. And it's basically an MMORPG light, kind of like a looter, but a third-person one, with hard RPG elements. It's a hard story. It's a hard story where you go and it's an MMO, so you have teams or squads, and you have like a hub where you can socialize. Think like Destiny or Skyforge or The Elder Scrolls Online, but in space. And basically, the twist about it is it's in the future, sort of. and there's a giant cube in the sky. What? Is this the 4th cube game? Technically, I didn't want it to be a cube, and the concept art ended up looking like a cube so far. But we're gonna tweak it because it's not supposed to actually be a cube. This is not supposed to be the 4th cube game. It's actually more than that, probably already. But it is supposed to be a machine in the sky, like a big robot spaceship flame thing machine. Some might say it's kind of like the Traveler from Destiny, but I haven't played that game, and so I wouldn't know what the fuck that you're talking about. And so basically it's just this it's basically replaced the moon, and it's there, and it's in the sky. And people are like, what happened? So there's like 5 different prevailing theories. One of the theories is that it is the moon. Dun 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 dun. The hollow moon was a machine sent from time to save us. But another theory is that, well, not necessarily to save us from the Oogie Boogies, but another theory is that it is in fact from outer space and it destroyed the moon when it came here. And there's other theories as well. You see, humanity went to sleep one day when they realized they couldn't fight off the Oogie Boogies. Now, these are horrible monsters that are tall, gray, slender, elongated, big teeth, weird faces, weird ears that stick out like Shrek. And they consume human beings like monsters from the abyss. And they make that noise. That's why they're called that. And they thrive on our fear and other emotions. And so we realized we had to go to sleep. So everyone that was alive left. What got put in cryo. And the elites actually kind of got killed by the Oogie Boogies last minute. What a twist that they didn't expect coming. So the technicians, just lower ranking slop, little goys, little peasants, little minions, they're the ones who had to do the AI calibration and run some tests to see which AI would work, and they put the AI to the test and they went to sleep, and the AI drove the Oogie Boogie away. But when they woke up, some billions of years and the trillions of years in the future or in another reality, we're not sure at this point. It's a completely different world, but it's about the same size and gravity as Earth, so it could be Earth in the future or the past. The Oogie Boogie were gone. The AI was no more, and all there was the machine. Ever watching, ever protecting humanity. Not a cube, just a big robot in the sky. Big machine. It had gifts. These gifts were android bodies that human beings could possess with their consciousness. But human bodies also seem to have changed, like a new body on a new Earth. Almost like an afterlife. Yes, maybe I'll change the name to Afterlife the game, but I'm sure that's already taken. The point being, that's another theory that I haven't even started floating out there yet, because I just now thought of it. 1, it's another reality. 2, it's the past. 3, it's a future faraway planet. 4, it's Earth. 5, it's hell. 6, it's your mama. 7, it's your mama's aunt. 8, it's your mama's aunt's step-girlfriend. Step-sister. Some other number it is. Afterlife? Question mark? A simulation? There's so many possibilities, and the whole thing is we'll introduce more and more religions or cults, which are basically theories about what it is, and then you take on that theory and you possess that theory. That theory possesses you like a religious idea or science, and you have certain traits matched to those beliefs that you have. You can pilot a mech or a robot android body from the machine, or the new bodies of the human beings. And they're not quite, they got to be worked in, because they're kind of weird, and it's kind of weird. Are these bodies just the ones we had before? We forgot what our old bodies looked like. these must be different. Are they just augmented? Are they completely different? Are we on a new heaven and a new earth and a new body? What is going on? It's something else entirely, nothing like it. And you have to uncover the mysteries of this reality. And the Oogie Boogie definitely will never return. Nod, nod, wink, wink. And they're monsters. Boy, are they monsters. But the whole planet is full of monsters. None of the animals make sense. Nothing is familiar. It's a whole new thing that you've never played before. That is definitely an experience out of this world. Nothing on the market. I guarantee you, nothing in the market, right now or forever, will even attempt or even pretend to attempt to reach this level of out of the box, out of this world, exohuman awakening, beyond the light, exohuman awakening. The other two projects are both, well, one is already launched. Oops, did I say that? The other two projects, well, let's just say 2 MMO projects, 1 single player. The next 2 ones are based in the primordial world, some 13,000 years ago, allegedly on Earth. High dark fantasy. There's an MMO, survival, open, full loop, PV, PvE, PvP, VE, VW, DW, zum. Yes, player versus the environment versus the player versus the cow versus the hat versus the microtransactions. Now with no microtransactions. And there's the joke. That was a joke. Our goal is always exclusively cosmetics and things that don't impact the game in negative ways. Just ways to support the system, maybe even not even much when it comes to in-store purchases, maybe a little bit of DLC. But this MMO is set in the past, where you each can build your own offline kingdom. That way, if we all get kept by the ELITES and the Big Black Cube, you guys can keep playing the game on Steam or off Steam, offline, with no DLC required, no disc. Maybe take it out of Steam, out of GOG, and do an exec file if we can. But then there's also an online component where you can invite people to play kind of like co-op in your kingdom, or you can go to the online kingdoms. It's all one world, but the online kingdoms and the offline kingdoms. The offline kingdoms you can play with your friends, co-op, and the online kingdoms are like open PvE or open PvP or open PvP, VE, VW, VM, blah blah blah. And what's special about that? Well, human. What's special about that is there are options that we can set for the game where some servers, if let's say you are the one who develops the server, uncovers it or assigns, or however you want to say. Let's say you sponsor a server for a month, okay? And you want it to be a full loop PvE experience. Then you toggle those in the settings, and then boom, everyone who comes onto the server, which is its own unique map, no doubles for maps to the best of our abilities, everything unique, procedurally generated to make it more doable for us as an indie developer team. We're not even single A. We're like little A. We're like, you know how there's some ladies out there who are wonderful people, and there are other ladies who are kind hearts, other ladies out there who are blessed with personality, like at least J personality, or maybe K or M or I cup personality, or maybe triple E, quadruple E, triple D, triple C. No, we're like the A cup indie developers. We've got the basics, that's it. But we got a lot of heart and soul, and we've got JARV and AI, which I've estimated can cut costs and keep the same level of quality of about AA level quality, while cutting the cost of making an MMO by up to 1/10 with my strategies and the new technologies. That's pretty impressive. That means if we do launch one of these MMOs, we might still need to raise $3 to $5 million in total. And you might say that's a lot of money compared to 350 million or 200 million Concord, right? And it's not going to be Concord 7. Now, because in its little pinky, it's going to have more personalities. Male and female personalities, baby. No homo. Then Concord had in its entire dog, man. You need to get off them snacks, dog. Man, get off them snacks, dog. You're getting too big and roly-poly, man. Come on, dog. Wasn't his name Dog? Something like that. So, in summary, we have, what's the thing? Those 3 projects linked below. Go ahead and check them out and subscribe for free to the one that you like the most, or all of them, to keep track on the progress, and give us your opinion in the comment section. Tell us which one you prefer of those 3, and yeah, tell me what you think about the conspiracies of the Black Blue Bleem Project CIA operations. Black Blur.
To learn to see the future, you must first look beyond the light. Go now and awaken the others.
Rise now, human!
back to the street. Don't blink, waiting for the rain. Sinking, sinking.
Okay, JARV, I will.